Have you ever thought, well, I fucking lose a lot, maybe I do some mistakes that I should have not done? Maybe next time I'll get into this exact situation I'll need to act differently? No? Me neither, because you know, I never lose or anything. But some players around here are actually trying to improve, and they ask themselves stuff like that. And that's why today we're gonna talk about top 5 mistakes that noobs do. First of all, thinking that you are the smartest person alive that is in position to give advices to others, or even giving orders to others. Wait a second, isn't it the exact same thing that I'm doing right now? Nah. Anyways, sometimes when you think that your teammate makes a mistake and you think that the best thing you can do right now is to tell him what he should stop doing, you should stop for a second and think. Maybe I'm missing on something, maybe my teammate is actually doing something that is way smarter than I think it is. For example, in this game my teammate Grover was telling me to stop sniping the whole fucking game long. He could not shut up about that. He was blaming me for every single thing, and after every single one of his deaths he was telling me to stop sniping. Thanks God I got 46 chromosomes and I don't listen to random noobs, which actually made us win this game. And why his advice was so retarded in my eyes is this. Do you fucking see it? Not only they got Cassie, that can actually kill Victor in less than 1 second with her combo if I'll come close. Not only they got a fucking bumpkin that can outmaneuver Victor and kill me in like 2 shots. On top of that, they got Barrick that has turrets that will make it even easier for Cassie and Bumpkin to kill me. Plus, of course, they got a fucking support that has a crowd control ability that, mind you, Victor cannot escape, which makes me a super easy target for everyone. And of course the enemy team got Victor that I managed to outplay while I keep my position on the high ground, but I won't do shit to any of the enemy team members if I lose it. Of course, while I stand on the roof, I don't deal the maximum possible damage that Victor is capable of, but I still can deal some damage. I can still kill people, I can still do some suppressive fire. And that was my logic for this game. Keep the fucking high ground, deal as much damage as I can while staying alive, and stay the fuck away from any of my enemies, because as soon as I let them close the distance with me, I'm dead. 100%. I have absolutely no single way of fighting any of them in close quarters. However, this Grover player that has about the same IQ as the 3 that he plays with doesn't give any shit about logic, and every time he dies, he just tells me that I'm a retard and I need to stop sniping. What the actual fuck? Not only he neglects the idea of learning on his own mistakes, and that's what he does, right, when he blames me for his deaths. Even though me outranging the enemy team clearly worked and won us the game, he could start understanding that he died because he was in a bad position. And next time he respawns, he can try to position himself a bit better and maybe leave himself a way to escape, or maybe to outrange the enemy team, since he's a damn Grover, you know. But no, he blames someone else, which in this case, me. And I could say, you know, screw this guy, he can stay noob forever, who cares? But that's not the worst part of what he does with blaming me every few seconds. The worst thing is that he rises the toxicity in the team. This shit is absolutely unforgivable. You just can't keep yelling at teammates every time you die and blame them for everything and expect to win games. It just doesn't work that way. This game in particular we somehow managed to win, but in general, a game with a toxic cunt that does what this Grover did ends in a defeat. And not any close game where everyone thinks that it was a great match and everyone has a lot of fun. No, it ends in a stomp, where the enemy team jams their cocks in between of your butt cheeks and everyone on your team reports everyone else for trolling. I would like to say that these advices are rare, but they are not. In this case it's about a vantage point on a damage hero. Sometimes some smart players start telling the tank to go on the point in a situation where the tank just has no chances of staying alive on that point. But most of the time, from my experience, it's about supports being told to heal. All that VHS spam, all that blaming on the supports when they are sweating their shit out to carry a game, and then some piece of shit tells you, hey, heal me you retard, you're not doing anything. This shit is just infuriating. If you don't play supports a lot, you should try and watch a bunch of retards that have no clue on basic mechanics of the game telling you how to play. So just shove your pro advices way up your butthole and never show it to anyone unless it's a doctor that checks your fucking prostate. Okay, this one is easy. You should stop ignoring flankers. Not just champions that are in the flank category, I'm talking about any champion that comes from a side or from behind. Every time someone flanks you, you absolutely have to punish him. There is no way of winning the game if you don't punish them. Nothing is gonna save you if you don't do it. In-game example. Enemy Ruckus understood that if he shuts me down, he will easily win the game. And that's what he does. He fucking flanks. He gets on our side of the map, and every time I pick, he just keeps stalking me until I die, which of course I can't do shit about since Ruckus is way more mobile than me, has more health, and deals more damage. But as a team we can totally easily take him down. You know, he's way out of position, he has nowhere to run, and his HP is not enough to survive if we will all shoot him for like 2 seconds. Now look what my team does. Absolutely fucking nothing. They simply ignore Ruckus like he doesn't exist. This is the difference between a normal player and a piece of a brainless shit. Normal players don't ignore flankers, they kill them. If you have ever played against a pro player, you know that the first thing you'll notice, they absolutely won't let you overextend. As soon as you get into position to flank, you get shot. And that's not that hard to do. All you need to do is to move your fucking mouse right or left and you'll see what's behind you. Works like fucking magic. In every match you'll meet enemies and they will try to shoot you. They will try to deal damage, and when you receive the damage, your HP bar goes down. When your HP bar isn't full, there are 2 ways to make it full again. Your supports sometimes can heal you, but they're probably busy doing their own shit, so don't count on that too much. So the other option is, you know, this game mechanic is pretty hard, I know, but I still gotta tell it to you. Are you ready? So, if a support can't heal you, you can get away from the fight, hide behind a wall or something, stop shooting and wait a few seconds. And then you might be shocked, but if you do that, your HP will go up. Yeah, I'm obviously trolling, I'm pretty sure that you know that already, but for some fucking reason, so many players just don't use this trick. They prefer dying every 10 seconds and blame supports for not healing them on the other side of the map, rather than hiding for a few seconds and staying alive. I mean, really dude? Really? Is it that hard to go behind that corner and stand right there for like 5 seconds? You're not doing anything useful standing there, you moron. You also won't make us win by dying. Nobody can also out-heal your stupidity. So just remember, every time you get shot, you have to make a choice. You can keep standing in the line of sight of your enemies, which will result in your death like 99% of the time. Or you can go back, hide and heal. If it's not a clutch moment where you absolutely have to keep shooting, then you should choose to survive. And stop spamming VHS, you fucking prick. Look at this. As you can see, we are getting smashed. We are already 1-3. We are playing against pretty fucking good players that know what they are doing. And now they are on the point and obviously they will try to zone us out. I can feel 5 crosshairs aiming at this doorway. Now look at this Sky player. Just watch what he does. He rushes in the front. He isn't trying to get behind or attack from the side. He just thinks that he like drives a tank or something and nobody can stop him. So he just finds the fastest way to the enemies and rushes right through the front fucking door. And place your bets now, what's gonna happen in 1 second after he actually shows up in front of the entire enemy team? There are a few options. First, and the one that he probably expects, he gets a pentakill. Second, Trump wins a North Korea election. And third, which this player could not anticipate, I guess, he dies. And yes, it's a pro player that shot him, which raises a few questions about matchmaking, but anyways, Just take it as a rule. You don't just rush through the front door. You gotta flank, you gotta minimize the amount of time you are under fire, which can only be achieved by taking other routes. On this map you can go left, you can go right, but there is no way that something else is gonna happen if you just shove your hitbox into enemies' bullets. Okay, there's a lot of stuff you can fuck up with your positioning, you can get yourself killed, you can get into a position where your weapon is ineffective, but the number one worst thing you can do with your position is to stand close to your teammates, or even worse, stand close and in line with your teammates. I call it a fuck me stance. Examples of what the hell am I talking about? Look at this Tyra in the other team, just watch what happens. Tyra ults and the entire enemy team just lines up perfectly for Tyra to shoot them. She doesn't even need to move her crosshair. She just holds a fire button and all the shitheads on the other team are dying. They aren't trying to spread out or anything like they would normally do if they had brains. They're just standing in a perfect line for Tyra to kill them. What? Why? Here's another example. Inara just smashes the enemy team with the ult, which results in a fucking team wipe. And now some homemade Sherlock is probably already typing like, well, that wipe was only after using 2 ultimates, otherwise it wouldn't happen. Oh, fucking really? If the team would stand further away from each other and were anticipating that ult and were not retards that line up for being shot, the team would have all the chances. And this mistake is way too common among players that I come across. For some reason, they think that taking the same vantage point that other players have already taken is a good thing. Sometimes they just stand on the same square meter as you do, sometimes they don't stand right there but come either in front of you or behind you, shooting in the exact same direction. Which actually results again in this kind of shit. Whenever you're playing Paladins, think about your position more than anything else, because if you're trying to snipe but you can't hit a single shot, then it's bad but forgivable. However, if you're standing next to your teammate and drawing attention and making your teammates easier to shoot, that's where you fuck up the game and get into the fuck me stance.